food hall. That's a good one.
All right. Speaking of food hall, we're here and we're tasty, I guess. That's why you're watching, right? Because we're all so fucking handsome and shit. I mean, I got someone cyber stalking me in chat and shit, so you know.
Once you get past the hair, it's fine.
Arthur, before we go back, I'll let you know because I don't think you were here, but next week I'm traveling for work, so I won't be here.
Very well.
And then also on February 13th, but that's a few weeks away.
Okay.
So let's leave this episode on a giant fucking cliffhanger. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Is there... So, I mean, the 30 and the 6 will be back. You want a giant cliffhanger, huh? Very well.
if
I'll do that thing where we end the episode a little bit early and then Dave dies on the inside. You watch his spirit get crushed slowly.
5 XP off.
I mean, you haven't earned any XP this session.
Yeah.
Look, I'm trying to be a good role player, okay?
We're finding out information. Now we're gonna go get the biggies.
Gonna drag back and back in demon bits.
Yep. Tell me more about what your plan is now.
I'm assuming more people know about this. The hunting parties. We should go ask them what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Who and where are you asking?
Probably the northern part of the city, or like.
Okay.
They said that they sent militia or something like that over there, right?
They said they sent hunting parties. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Or we go
figure
to
it
the
out.
local inn and ask about rumors.
My goodness, you're going to the local inn to ask about rumors. You don't have to roll to do that.
I was gonna say the inn that we were at, I mean, would probably.
You're heading back to the Hotel Topaz?
I mean, the bartender did tell me that if I needed to know things,
That's
that
the
was
thing he
the
said.
place to go.
We're gonna Skyrim the fuck out of this quest.
That's right.
Ask innkeepers, what have you heard?
And then I'll accidentally cast a fireball spell and the whole town will hate us.
In the background, someone is singing about what's his name? Ragnar the Red.
Yeah, from Old Rorikstead.
Yeah. He went riding from Whiterun to Old Rorikstead with his swagger. All right, you head back to the Hotel Topaz. Your horses are waiting for you, as is your bill, which of course you pay.
Mm-hmm.
While you're there, Mrar, who seems to be about to get off shift, says, "Perhaps you gentlemen would like to have breakfast?"
I'll have the second dragon's tail.
I'm afraid we don't have the dragon's tail on offer again right now.
You got a 6 cheese omelet?
I can offer you walnut bread and a cheese omelet, or perhaps
Have you ever eaten an ooze before? What do they taste like?
Well, it depends on the type of ooze. Many oozes, I understand, especially cold oozes, are added to alcoholic drinks in order to keep them cold and provide a gentle mist. Other oozes
Green oozes are tricky. Sometimes they're lime, other times they're green apple. You never know which one.
I do like the green apple.
Other oozes are added to desserts like flan in order to give it a bit more body.
I will take the omelet.
Understood.
Omelet, please.
So he sets out omelet and walnut bread and a mug of human ale for 5 coppers in front of both of you.
I'm just going to ask about the hunting parties if he's heard anything.
Ah, the hunting parties. This is my favorite job as the owner bartender. Yes, there have been several groups of young men who have headed north out of the city into the woods. The Angen Woods. They're about a day's walk, so I'd expect with your cart you could make it there in half a day's ride at a good speed.
Do you know if they're all from the same house or hunter parties just
no.
kind of freelance?
Many freelancers from the city, although just yesterday I sent a team of 7 dwarven brothers north. You might have to compete to beat them to the prize. They seemed
so.
fairly capable. Pickaxes, gnomish warhammers, plate mail.
Apparently, there's a quite nasty ooze up there.
I'm just imagining a gnomish warhammer is just a normal, like, carpenter's hammer.
I'm here to hit nails and be badass.
The pix is just the other side.
Yeah, just the...
That's actually it was one of the highest critical weapons in 3.5, I believe, was the gnomish warhammer.
Not surprised.
It was like a 4/4 critical weapon that could be dual wielded for either side of it. Someone's going to show up in the comment section and be like, "No, Arthur, that's not correct.
Well, actually...
I have the stats right here." I haven't played 3.5 in like a decade. But gnomish warhammers were a thing, probably.
Is there someone we can talk to that has maybe first-hand experience? We've heard people have gone out, some returned.
In here, you won't find anyone firsthand, but perhaps you could try the information brokers. They might be able to arrange something for you.
Do you have a name of an information broker?
I have several names for an information broker. However, the question is, how much are you willing to pay them? Their services...
I don't know.
10 gold. I see.
How much are their services worth, in your opinion?
Well, that's the way information works, isn't it?
Well, you find us somebody with some really good information, we'll make sure we throw in a nice little finder's fee for you.
Well, that's what I like to hear. I suppose I could hook you up with a man named the Hood. I assure you he's eminently more capable than his name would suggest. It's a bit of a nom de guerre.
What's this place called again?
The Hotel Topaz.
We doing some note-taking, boys.
Yep, I'm watching you do it.
Because this place is probably going to be...
Look, this is my favorite part of this campaign, that people actually give a shit about all of the lore.
Yeah.
I've run a lot of 5e and Pathfinder campaigns, and this is not common.
I would like to set my Hearthstone to this location, please.
Well, you don't have one of those.
Damn.
Listen, Arthur, as much as I tease you, you did work, and I want to squeeze some life out of this lore that you did, so...
Oh, that Twitch Prime lore.
Yeah! Twitch Prime.
Yep.
Only available in certain countries, but if you're in those countries, you can get some lore out of it.
He gestures to a man that's on the second floor. He is wearing I think it's called an eponymous hood. It's just like a regular Strider type figure. But the hood is not attached to the rest of his clothing. He's literally just like wearing a hood, and he's got like a crushed velvet suit like you would see in Fashion Week in Rome.
So he's like got a bag on his head, but then like
Yes, he
really
has
nice
like a
suit.
bag on his head. Exactly.
Nice.
Well, we'll go talk to Mr. Hood.
All right, you head up to the second floor. People are whispering as you approach the second floor, and there are characters of note up here. While the first floor, people seem mostly interested in watching the door, who came in, watching the entertainment, getting food. Up here, it's gambling. There is a huge amount of money openly changing hands, and when you arrive, people turn to look to size you up. Most of them turn away immediately, but some of them keep their eyes on you, and a few of them like whisper into their coat sleeves after noticing you. The hood turns to nod
Can I
towards
do what
you.
they did? Like, just sort of like...
Oh, you're gonna, Mr. President.
Get down, Mr. President.
Mr. President!
Some of them start doing baseball talk out in the field, and Kelly just starts like YMCAing.
President, the McDonald's is here.
I thought you weren't up on American politics, but man, that's a harsh one, brother.
Even Australians know about that stupidity. Like
So fucking
the
dumb.
whole the mere fact that when they arrived they would have been cold because of all the security and shit.
Not
that
only
had.
were they cold, but then they took the time to put it out on the platters,
Yeah.
and then they had to unwrap it. And these are all they're literally collegiate athletes. You know how much McDonald's these motherfuckers are eating? Zero.
Didn't they win? They
Yeah,
won,
they're
like,
national
some big
champions.
championship,
Yeah.
and this was their prize.
Yes.
There was a picture of was it Krispy Kreme donuts being delivered to number 10 Downing Street for their whatever final Brexit vote thing, but it's just the picture of a guy holding a bag with boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts, and then an AR-15 or an M4 in the other hand in like full body armor. It's like, wow, okay.
I saw a Twitter thing. I was like, you can't avoid this stuff on Twitter. They even put like the like silver gravy boats.
Oh yeah, and they
Yes.
put
Nugget sauce in the package.
You know, it reminded me of what was that movie, Kingsman, where Samuel L. Jackson just serves McDonald's
Yeah.
with like the fancy sauce boats, and he's like, "Oh fuck, we're doing this, okay."
Yeah. Anyway,
No.
That's where we're at now.
Mr. Hood.
Yeah, Hood notices you and gestures for you all to come over.
I'll walk over and introduce myself and reach out a hand to shake it.
I don't shake hands.
Can we tell what race this guy is?
His body type appears to be at least human, but he definitely has a distinctly elven accent. You can sense the arrogance and ponderous grandeur, maybe.
Pompous.
We have
Pompous.
to push our way through the wall of disdain, is what you're
Exactly. My understanding is that you've come to speak with me. Why don't you take a seat at this table? Perhaps I can order you some wine.
Yes, please.
Sure.
So he 4 glasses of the Pinot.
I'm just gonna keep standing up and sort of maybe just like I'm not really interested in anything this guy says, so I'm just kind of like looking around at the other people in the room.
Your friend is making me uncomfortable.
He does that. It's fine.
He's drawing attention, and as someone in my line of business, I don't like my attention being drawn.
Kelly, will you sit your orc ass down, please?
I don't really care what he has to say, though.
Well, we do. Would you just accommodate us just one time, please? You're making a scene. It's making them uncomfortable. We need this information. Would you please just sit your ass down?
My good friend, my
Making a
sources are
larger
correct.
scene.
It's
You
dwarf
are a
for
man
you.
who likes killing things, do you not?
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of the thing that was it not obvious?
Consider me like the arrow. I am the one guiding you to the target. You could spend your time wandering around the woods, or I could tell you where you need to go.
Speaking of the target,
So I'll like pull up a chair and I'll Riker it, you know.
As you Riker it, they set down a glass of dark wine in front of you.
Thanks, and I just like put it back on the table and just sort of look around a bit more.
we'd like to get this done quickly.
Indeed.
fast.
I prefer not to have my time wasted as well. My understanding is that you are willing to pay up to 10 gold for the information I have.
I just put 10 gold on the table and just like, let's go.
Fascinating.
Word
This is
travels
exactly
fast
how I
around
like
here.
to do business, gentlemen. There is a location within the Anjin Woods. You'll find it several miles in, on the first service road off of the main King Highway.
Anjin Woods.
Anjin Woods, Angen. It's about half a day's ride north of here.
In case there's something interesting there that we need to come back for.
There is, to the shame of the locals, a temple devoted to some of the Fey gods located within there. You might call it a warlock repository. This location has been overrun by Fey creatures, and as a result it has attracted the attention of this ooze. They battle to maintain control of it against the ooze. The ooze when it is injured, heads out into the woods and consumes what it needs in order to regain its strength and travels back.
What does it need?
Human, elf, dwarf,
Corpses.
any living being.
I like lean into Duck, and I'm just like, long pig.
I got it. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's strong, very strong. Perhaps not as strong as some of the things you fought. You seem to be competent sword, but there could be a bit of trouble on the way in there. And of course, who knows what the Fae will do? They are mercurial.
I have a
He
way
waves
of
his hand over the
sticking
table, and in
them.
the process, the coins disappear under his palm. That's
Wow,
all
that's
the
actually
information I
pretty
have for you.
impressive. How did you do that?
A slight bit of hand. A sleight
I
of
like
hand.
put out
check.
another gold and was like, tell me how you did it.
Don't let him swindle you out of too much more gold, Kelly.
I'm
I'll
afraid
just
that this
die anyway.
secret is worth far more than one gold piece.
Fine. 2 gold pieces.
All right,
I
so
like Dunker.
he shows you how it's done. He has a ring on that is attracting the pieces to the bottom of his palm, and he's just palming them. It's literally like a magnetic ring.
Except gold isn't ferrous, so I'm really curious how he's
That's
doing
true,
this.
but it's a magic ring, not a actual magnetic ring.
How much for the ring?
It's magic. I ain't gonna explain shit.
This ring, 250 gold pieces.
I'll give you 150 right now. No questions asked.
He raises his glass towards you and then sips from it. I mean, it just disappears into his hood in the process. No deal. Gentlemen, I wish you well on your hunt. You
Fine,
seem
140 gold pieces and
I just stand up, straighten my cloak, and start walking away.
about the Fey temples that we find out there.
I'll be here if you have anything to sell.
I'll be back for that ring, old man. And then I get up and I walk.
Is there something of the Fae in the Fae Temple worth value?
Who can say what would be in there? I'm
If
an
we bring
information
something back-
broker, not an oracle.
If we bring something back of value, will you be willing to trade?
As I said, I would most
the
certainly
ring.
be willing to trade, not for my ring. I could send you to the person who made the ring. Magic
But I
rings are
want
hard to
your
come
one.
by. Besides, aren't you more of a sword type? Not that
Well,
I
I'm
would
just thinking about all the swords I could take from people with that ring.
Well, that's certainly possible.
Imagine
Except
that,
that's far too
coming
much
at me
weight.
with a sword, and I just take it from him using your.
That's
forward to, like, a
not how
level
the ring
12.
works.
Flash forward to level 12 Kelly with like the thing and there's a sword going through his hand. Oh, I got it.
He's like, don't worry,
Hey,
guys, I'll
imagine-
protect you. And he's just like waving his hand in front of your faces. I'll get the arrows.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Imagine that big bad has got like this really cool, like sweet magical sword, and I'm just like, it flies into my hand. Yes.
Yeah. Did he give us a name of any? He just gave us a location.
Yep. Off
I
of
think
one
that's
of the
good enough.
service roads on the King's Highway.
I think that's actually good enough. But I think we should try to cut off this thing's his food supply, I guess. The thing that he uses to regenerate.
Yeah, it might be worth pursuing talking to a maybe a priest of some sort or somebody.
I'm a priest.
You're a cleric, but maybe could bless our arrows, weapons, something to give us a, because we have the sword, but it'd be nice to have more than one advantage versus.
I can do that. I literally can do that.
If you
You've
can
seen-
do that, then let's do that.
But I also need to concentrate, so if it punches me in the face, then I might drop it.
Yeah. Just burn the forest. Yeah, we could do that.
Well, let's head that way anyway.
So I'm confused because it sounded like maybe you were going to find a priest, or maybe you're going to find a magic shop, or maybe you're going to the forest.
Is there a ranger conclave in the city?
There is an urban ranger conclave in the city.
Are they like ranger hipsters?
No, they're
Long
more
beards
like
and
ranger
white
beat
hats.
cops.
Urban Ranger sounds a lot like a store where you would buy like ranger looking outfits, but not actually have any of this gear.
It's not actually good gear. It's just lookalikes.
I mean, I feel like
It's just a lot of plaid shirts.
Yeah.
they are wearing plaid shirts, but they're more like Chuck Norris as Walker Texas
They sell
Ranger.
little bottles of like forest musk. No,
urban
like-
rangers are better at hunting people and like sewer creatures and that sort of thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, if Kelly's got like, if he can like magic or enchant our weapons at all, then
Yeah. Well, my only
I mean,
concern
I can bless a person, and that person has magic all weapons.
my only
You guys
concern
can
with
do
that.
with your hunter's mark as well. So theoretically, I could do it for Finley.
The concentration thing was my only concern about that.
yeah.
Just because, you know, I don't want to lose. I mean, I don't want to lose, you know, a bunch of our advantage. You know, if you get a bad roll and get hit in the face.
Well, I mean, bless.
I don't know that putting concentration spells on the tank is a great idea, just as a DM.
Well, yeah. But
Well, there's nothing we could do in town that would last long enough. Like
That's true,
no,
but you
right.
could
Yeah,
buy
well-
magical equipment. That's a
yeah, that's what I'm
possibility.
thinking too. Like, I mean, probably maybe do something with holy water, hunting traps, that sort of thing. Maybe.
Arthur, do we have like standard D&D magical equipment that we can buy?
No, you're gonna have to negotiate.
is there like
Okay.
There's
Holy-
fuck.
Is there like rings of +1 AC and that sort of shit?
I think rings of protection are a thing.
Yeah.
are there like
Because I'd be interested in giving Duck and maybe Finley some extra AC so that they're not so squishy.
Well, I mean, my AC is 15.
same, but
Jesus fucking Christ, boys.
it's not good.
Well, I mean, mine's 16, but I've got 40 HP as well.
So realistically speaking, most monsters that we fight are +4, right? So that's almost 50% of the time you're being hit.
Yeah, sure.
And Arthur rolls maybe 4 to 5 times per his turn. So the odds of you getting hit are very, very high, and your AC and your HP is also very low. So
We might have to try and drag this thing into a.
Yep, ring of protections
advantageous-
are a thing. They give you +1 to AC and saving throws.
yeah, how much would they generally go for?
Why don't you try finding a magical shop that might sell such a hollowed
You
item?
mean like the shop we're in right now? Because they sell them, right?
The shop that you're in right now is a hotel that doesn't sell magical items.
I thought they said that they sell magical items.
You can
Sell information.
They sell information.
Yeah, information. Yeah, let's find like the nearest magic shop. Magic.
Okay.
Not magic,
Nearest magic shop to the Hotel Topaz.
next door. Oh.
It is called Jama's Sorceress Oddities. It's not located next door because it's in the rich people district. This is a gentrified area right now. However, it's only a few blocks away, and the owner, Jamas, outside, is a rather busty sorceress wearing a dress that makes it pretty obvious that she's probably a flame user, given that it's red with like orange accents, and also the fact that the tips of her hair are on fire eternally.
Oh yeah, that'd probably be a good giveaway.
She's also, even though she's human, she has red eyes, which is rather unusual, and they're glowing. She's just looking everybody over and then looks at the four of you and is like, "Oh, cursed, huh? That's rough."
Hmm?
Yeah. Repeating life over and over again sucks after a while, trust me.
I'd bet. Looking to
So if I offer a
offload
couple
that
of-
sword there?
Perhaps if you have something better.
Well, I'm sure anything's better than that thing.
Why? What's wrong with it?
That's a cursed sword.
You're right. It is a cool sword.
Nope, cursed. It's
How's it cursed?
a serpent steel sword. I've seen plenty of them before. They were made by an angry elven smith who, in an attempt to undermine humanity, left several such swords lying around, dozens of them. It drains the life of the user when it is not sheathed when covered in blood.
Okay. Do you have a magical sword?
I do have a
That you
magical
bought
sword. Do you have money?
I do.
Then step into my shop.
I step into the shop.
There are several swords along the wall, suits of armor, but mostly it appears to be potions, arrows, rings, and books.
Does she have any wands? Like, say, wand of Shield of Faith, for example?
There are no such wands available here.
What does she have for arrows?
So when you ask her that, she says, arrows, interesting. I have an unbreakable arrow.
Like one of them?
Yes, they are not unlimited. Arrows are rather difficult to enchant.
If it's unbreakable, you'd probably only ever need one unless you lost it.
Indeed.
You got anything you might recommend for maybe fighting something a little bit more evil?
Well, I do have several items that might help you with that.
Fiends, demons, that sort of thing.
A potion of healing, several different kinds. There's a lot you can do with an immovable rod, but that doesn't seem your style. We've got several very nice
We've already
rings.
got one of those, actually.
Just one? Well.
Yes, one immovable rod, yes.
I've got a ring of mind shielding, 2 rings of protection, and a ring of regeneration.
I'd like to see the ring of protection, please.
So she holds it up. It's a simple gold band that has some runic letters and dwarven carved on the top.
Do you think it matches my outfit?
Well,
Can I read the inscription?
yeah, on the top it says, let no harm come.
Unless it wants to.
I think that you can pull this off. You do seem to have a swagger about you.
Well, that's what I'm told.
Well, you're not that charming. Sorry, did you ask her how much?
Yeah.
What is it worth to you?
That's a rather odd question for a person selling goods.
Is it?
Yeah. There's no price tag on it?
A price tag? Why would I be so gaudy?
Is that gaudy to ask for money for goods and services?
Generally, if there's no price tag and you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it.
It's worth 3 gold.
I agree.
I'm afraid I couldn't part with a ring of protection for that small cost.
Well, now it's your turn to barter.
Pardon me, miss. We're not from around here, and I'm from very long ago where magic items were more. They're just different.
I see.
His context is quite a thing. You understand? Is 50 gold in the range?
No.
80?
No.
20.
That's lower.
That's
not higher.
low. That's lower.
Well, I thought we were going by range, not high or low.
Are we going hundreds here?
Such an item is rather uncommon. It would require at least 500 gold pieces simply to create it. That's not including overhead.
But this one's already created.
That's correct. It is already created. However, I must recoup my costs that I've lost in the process of making it.
Oh, you made it.
She reaches down and begins like running her fingers through your hair, Finley. Kind of, it's not like a weird thing, except that she's like petting a dog, which makes it a little awkward.
That feels nice. I'll tell you what, I'll let you keep doing that and give you 20 gold for the ring.
If you give me 750 gold and you let me continue petting her head, I will give you the ring.
But I don't have that.
Well, it seems that you must come back with more money then.
Seems like it.
Does she have holy water?
So she laughs. She says, I'm a sorceress. Do you think I have holy water lying around here?
I mean, you never know.
There's literally a priest standing right next to you.
I turn around and look at. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Regeneration.
The ring of regeneration. Well, if you can't afford a ring of protection, you certainly can't afford that.
Listen, I'm on my way to become a knight of this place. I'm sure we can afford it.
Thought we weren't doing
Then
that.
when you are a knight, you can come back and afford it.
How about this? Do you take things on credit?
No. Only for the
Okay.
Adventuring Guild.
Only for the what guild?
The Adventuring Guild.
Ah, well, I pull out my credentials.
She pulls out your credentials and looks at them and says, this card is 83 years old.
Yeah.
You're going to need to get it renewed.
Well, you know, you're very strict for a shopkeeper. The Adventuring Guild didn't make me renew it. The Gate Guards didn't make me renew it. What authority do you have to make me renew my Adventuring Guild membership?
I don't have any authority to make you renew it, but I'm not going to give you a credit until it is done.
But
Arthur,
the
what does
Adventuring
the
Guild accepts it.
what does the regeneration ring do?
I mean, if you don't know, you can ask her what it does.
Can you tell me more about the ring of
Regeneration, yes. Every 10 minutes, you'll continue to recover your body parts, and it will imbue you with some minor amount of healing. There are many stories of heroes left half dead on the battlefield who suddenly rise up and continue to fight.
Okay. So what do you want for this sword?
Well, it is cursed after all. I could
And
take
there's
it
only
off your
12
hands.
in the whole world, so
No, there are dozens in the whole world. And
that's 12, right?
Literally dozens.
I could give you 50 gold pieces for it. I suppose I could break it down into enchanting materials.
But it cost him 500 to make it.
Yes, you should have seen the man I took it from. Listen, we're going out to slay green slime in the forest that's surrounded by fey temples. Perhaps you'd want something from them?
Well, if you wish to endeavor in further business, I believe that we can make a trade.
Okay. Speak your terms.
In exchange for the sword and your 80 gold and a contract stating that I am your exclusive supplier when you require arcane magical items and when you need to offload monstrous bits, you come to me and no one else.
For what? The one ring?
For one ring.
And what's this? Why would we need to stay in this contract if you aren't going to offer us better deals than someone else in the future?
This is quite a good deal right now. I think you all look very interesting. Tasty, some might say. And I'm willing to bet that you'll come back. Someone's got to marry the shopkeep.
Yeah.
And that's how Finley's harem began. With a ring.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll let you. I'll let you and my belly.
Here comes the
mentioned something
sequel
about
to the virtual
Soulbound.
novel of Aardvark.
Yes, Ring of Protection is attunable, which means once you've attuned to it, it will survive being killed with you.
That's an interesting concept. I think that might be something that we should potentially sign and then throw ourselves into the pit and see what happens. And if we come out on the other side of a mountain, as it were, we would still have it. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you slam a sword, 80 coins, and she gives you a contract that all of you can sign your names to, stating that she's your exclusive supplier and purchaser.
Did she give her
I wish I had a caveat to this, Arthur.
Yes?
We will sign the contract and I will leave the 80 gold here. However, in order to kill this slime, we need a magical weapon of some description. We will return the sword after the deed has done.
You'll have to leave something else of equal value with me.
Fine. I leave my bag of 190 gold pieces here.
Well, if you had that much, you could have just bought the ring outright. Very well. Here is your
Wait,
sword
what?
back.
You said it was 500 gold pieces?
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
When she says that, I'm just like,
Well, fine. I'll buy both of them with this bag of
No,
gold.
no, you're right. Sorry, I'm still mixed up with Pathfinder, where rings are very cheap.
okay, yeah. All right, then.
All right, you leave your 190 gold. She gives you a reclaiming ticket for the sword. One sword for 190 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with that thing. I'm looking forward to having it back.
Well, if I don't return back, you can find me on the inside of a slime. You'll know where the sword is.
I don't do field work anymore. Things tend to get messy.
All right, who wants the ring, boys?
Should we roll for it?
Who's died the most out of you two?
I think Daka has the lowest health.
I have the lowest health, but I don't plan on getting close, like hand-to-hand combat very often.
I mean, I don't think you've planned to do it any time you've had to do it, but you've had to do it.
That's true.
Holy shit.
Well, I think one of you should have it, so you can decide between the two of you.
Let's just roll for it. Roll a d20, right?
All right.
Oh boy, this is the best. Can't wait to see how this turns out.
11.
Look
Two,
at
you get
Mr.
it.
Average up there.
It's yours.
All right. One ring of protection.
Soulbound.
+1 AC and saving throws.
Yes, it will take you an hour, but you can just ride in the wagon.
Sure.
I want to remind you all that you haven't rested yet, so exhaustion is going to start creeping in.
Did we not rest at the hotel?
You
There's only
only
3
got about
hours.
3 hours of rest.
Then we should
Okay.
sleep for a night then or something. Get a full rest.
Yeah.
I
let's
will
start tomorrow.
allow you to sleep on the wagon as it is traveling, as long as you have someone on watch. There's also
I said it's
driving
like
the
half a day, so
Yes.
we could have 2 people, one driving, one on watching out, and then 2 sleep and rotate.
Yep, that will work out.
Let's do that then.
Okay. What's the watch rotation? You can watch and drive the wagon at the same time. That's not a problem.
Okay.
So, this is a daytime watch rotation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to go first so I can arrive with my armor on.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You could do Kelly, Daka, Agram, Finley.
All right,
That way
Kelly.
Finley has a chance to do his thing.
You are driving the cart when you enter the Anjin Woods, and as you approach the service road where it is said that the temple is located, you come across a series of bones that are scattered across a field. There are also axe heads with no halves and swords with no sheaths scattered across the field as well.
Okay.
Well, those are the hunters.
Yeah, well, they were stupid to come here ill-prepared.
I agree.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All right.
But we should keep a lookout for anything suspicious now that we're here.
You arrive at a massive twisted oak whose base conceals the entrance to the temple. However, knowing its location, you are able to move a rock and reveal a staircase down into the depths beneath the ground. Stone walls glistening clean await you.
All right.
It is
Okay.
perhaps the cleanest dungeon you have ever seen.
It's
I'll
a
be
common sign of some sort of slippery, scandalous little cube.
I should head down, at least, if not first, second, because if there are Fae down here, I can speak to them.
Is it dark or?
Oh, it's dark as fuck. I mean, to start with, you're in a dense woods, and it's underground with no light.
Right. So
I can cast light on something of yours if you want.
We
bro.
dank now, boys.
He's also still got his lantern.
Yeah, I stole my lantern. I'll pop the lantern
The mining lantern helm?
on. No, not the helmet.
He's got a bullseye lantern still.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I'll pop it on.
All right.
Ooh.
I do agree. We should let Daka take point to, or at least be able to speak to whatever, since he speak. What they speak Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you, Daka.
We'll move slowly so we don't get surprised.
What's the height? Are we talking like here at this tunnel?
The height of the tunnel is about 8 feet.
And out of curiosity, is the ceiling as clean as the walls and the floor?
It is.
Sick.
That means that the entire thing is the entire hallway. So, yay.
When you arrive in the atrium area, I think you guys are all on the correct map now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you arrive in the atrium area, it is not as well cleaned. There is a downstairs that the rocks have fallen and blocked it off. It is completely dusty, and there's dirt and small little weeds growing in the cracks in the walls.
So is there a path where the cleaning happened?
The rest of the area is perfectly cleaned all around here.
And there's no possible way to unobstruct that downstairs.
It would take mining equipment and some time.
Okay.
Well, you guys want
What's
to
this
head
over here, Arthur?
That is a set of double doors. There's also doors to the north, south, and southwest. Each of the doors is inset with a different script in Sylvan.
Well, let's read what the south door has to say.
The south door says spiritual temple.
And this door?
That door over there says dormitory. I forgot that you read Sylvan, so this is going to be super easy for you.
And these ones?
Training area.
And this one?
Kennel.
Kennel?
Kennel.
I'm assuming dormitories is where you'd want to go first if we're going to find people to help us. Potentially.
Either that or the training room. Yeah.
If it's a double door, like I'm assuming training room means like a large area, which might mean that's where it's hanging out.
True.
I'm going to open this door slowly.
Okay. As you open it, what's your passive perception?
12, I think. Yeah, 12.
All right, you hear some gentle snoring and some grunting, and it sounds like a paper moving on something.
I'm going to sneak down the hallway. Should I roll stealth for this?
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%.
Are you telling me that you're doing this? Because I'm going to follow you if you don't.
Yeah, I'm like, there's someone sleeping in there. I'm gonna go see if I can look who it is without alarming them.
Why would you look at someone when they're sleeping?
20.
Okay. All right, you sneak up on
To this, like to
yes.
a wall.
You peek around the corner. There are 2 sleeping bugbears, a third bugbear has a deck of cards and is dealing himself, playing a game of some kind.
Are these bugbears, would I know that they're like Fae?
They are definitely not Fae. They're goblinoid types.
Oh.
The one that is supposed to be on watch, like occasionally looks around, but never checks behind him to see you coming. So they have the remains of a small fire in front of them, but it's been bucketed out. Like you can see a little, like steam rising off of it. All the coals have gone dark. And
is it clear that they don't have any care for this place?
In what
Like
way
you
do
said,
you
they said they had a little fire. Is it just like a place? Is it like a hearth, like a place for a fire?
No, they've set it out on the floor, and there are several blankets that have been set out, far more than there are bugbears. And they seem to have gathered up a number of backpacks and sets of equipment. There are spears, lances, saddles, swords of all kinds. Armor is piled up against the wall.
Does the armor and stuff look as though it's...
They've all seen battle for sure. The armor is damaged. Some of the swords are like half eaten.
Is it decorated at all in like a Fae kind of thing? Okay.
All of their equipment seems kind of like the goblin equipment that you've seen thus far in the game. Kind of ill-made junk that's been thrown together. The three that are still alive are wearing improperly fitted chain shirts. And along the wall, there's a few smatterings of chain shirts, but it's over a dozen pieces of leather armor.
I'm just trying to... Is there any way that I could tell that these are inhabitants of this place?
Well, they're definitely inhabiting it right now.
Yeah, but like the regular like inhabitants, they're not. They don't smell of like. They're not Fae. They're not like the people who.
That's correct. They're not Fae. They're goblinoid.
And we got the information that this is a Fae temple that had Fae in it.
That was the information you received. Yes.
All right. Well, this ain't it. I'm going to move back to the party and inform them of what I saw down the hallway.
Should we kill them?
We could. I'm still not 100% sure that they're the enemy, but...
Why don't you ask them?
Because there are 3 of them, very well armored.
There's 4 of us.
But I am not well versed at hand-to-hand combat against 3 individuals.
Would you like me to go up and talk to them?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll wait. If they begin to attack you, though, and they don't respond to my...
So, Kelly, when you begin walking down the hallway, you can hear someone go, wake up, you fools. And then, like...
What language are they talking in?
They are speaking in Orc.
Okay.
You definitely hear the sound of a sword being drawn, like shing. When you walk around the corner, the lead bugbear that was on the floor, the southern one, has like gotten in a 3-point crawl, and he's got like his sheath is under his left hand, and he's got his right hand sword up, and he goes, "Oh, an orc." Thought it was one of those.
What are you hiding from, friends?
You don't know.
Is it a slime?
The slime is bad. The demon slime. Horrifying. Maybe a devil. Hard to say. But the high priest is the one profaning this place.
I'm sorry. Could you speak in simpler terms?
It's a terrible creature with 2 heads, a battle axe, and a club. It killed most of our people, and then set its slime upon us. We've been separated. There are more of us, perhaps trapped somewhere in this accursed place. Every time we try to leave, it comes for us.
I mean, the exit's like right there. Like
I'll walk up and be like,
Ha! Ha! Is that one with you, noble orc?
I like look at him and it's like, nothing could sneak up on me. Of course he's with me.
So he starts sheathing his sword.
You said there are more of you. Do you know where they are?
Perhaps somewhere scattered around. Every time we try to move deeper into the temple, it comes for us. It might be baiting you in. If you can, try to leave now, but you might summon it.
No,
We're actually here to kill it. Yeah. Like, well, yeah, exactly. See, like-minded.
You're brave and foolish. When your battle begins, we will escape and spread word of your glory to others.
Will you not join us?
No. No.
What if we got your friends?
So, when you look at this guy, he's hashtag shook. Right? Like, when you're like, why do you look at your friends? He like looks at the pile of armor and equipment that he's stacked against the wall, and he's like, there were many when we came in here.
So I'll turn to Daka and I'll be like, I'll be ignoring what he's saying, and I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say,
don't worry, they're just cowardly and they do not wish to help their friends reach the eternal afterlife by gaining the kill on those who took them from us. So let them run with their tails between their legs. And probably covered in urine as well.
Probably. It's a shame.
Someone has to bring back word of their deaths.
You can bring back their bones if you like.
So he like gestures to his two friends and says, we will bear that burden proudly.
Well,
yes, I'm sure that when you return to your warrior friends who are not here with you, with the tale of how you turned and ran, I'm sure they'll be very open to receiving you.
You know, I don't really like you.
Well, what I'm trying to say is there are more courageous things you can do with your life than run.
Yes. But if I ran, I would still have that life.
what kind of life would it be?
The one lived. If you wish to throw away your life against the demonic beast, go ahead.
I tire of you and your cowardliness. And I start walking down the hallway again.
Do you guys not have a map of this place? How long have you been here?
Several days. Our rations run low. You're a fool to head back down that hallway. It will come for you.
You are so scared you don't see bravery, you see foolishness. Get out of here. Then I'll follow Kelly.
Was there any other doors in there, by the way, or is it just that's it?
I mean, there's hallways that go north and south, but it's dark, so you can't see farther than that.
I mean in here. I mean in this room over here with the dudes.
They're just like
there's hallways that go north and south. Again, you just didn't go far enough.
Up and down?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna open this door then, slowly again.
All right. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. As soon as you open the door, the three bugbears are like gathering all the equipment that they can and preparing to dash down the hallway. As you open the door, an enormous monster carrying a great club and a battle axe turns and goes, dinner?
No, Kelly.
Roll for initiative.
Do we have sweet music on?
I'm working on
We're giving each other thumbs up.
Come on. Chunga, 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 chunga.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, baby.
Where's my initiative button? There it is. I'm gonna find it. Ooh.
Oh, Finley.
I see you moving at the same speed as
That's right.
the warrior.
Finn, you're up first.
Ooh, boy.
Do you want me to go first so that you can come in and maybe get like a back attack or something like that? Something okay?
Yeah, can I actually delay my action until Kelly is next to him?
I mean, you can ready an action.
Or yeah.
But you can't move after that happens. When you ready in action, you literally just ready in action.
So
and it
why
uses-
is Finley going first instead of me?
I mean, you guys can choose to go in either order.
Okay, if you want me to go first.
Kelly, yeah.
Okay.
So that's fine.
All right. Wait, what is it now? Q?
Yep. For the waypoint thing.
Your face is a waypoint thing.
I wish that it had value.
That is 30 feet.
It is.
I will take out the cursed sword of Serpentine and I will slither on into his ribcage, Arthur.
Very well. Let's see your roll. See how slithering it is.
How about a 1?
You pull the sword out, and in the process, you deal 1 point of damage as during your draw cut, you cut your thumb.
I did that intentionally.
As that happens, the serpent steel sword's ruby eyes flash. The creature, with both of its heads, go ha 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 ha.
Hang on, can I do an action surge maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. I will do that. Actually, let me War Priest first. Use my bonus action before I do that.
Okay.
I will again attack. Wow.
Damn, dude.
You swing the serpent steel sword again, and one arm goes to block, and then the other arm goes to block, and they both like cross over. The two heads are looking at each other like, "You stupid! Why you block?" But in the process, you're like stuck in a blade lock with them, where all three weapons are pushing up against each other.
Okay. Action surge.
Sure.
Let's try it again. The 12 good enough?
That finally slips past this thing's defenses and gets a solid cut.
For 10.
All right.
Yeah, I'll save my actions. I'll save my last War Priest thing for next time.
All right, Finn guy.
All right, yeah. So I have line of sight. Yeah.
That's correct.
All right, so I'm just gonna go after him with the short bow right now.
All right.
11.
In the process of back swinging, you manage to shoot the arrow, and it hits the club as it in the backswing. And one of the heads looks at it and is like, "Arrow?" And then like lowers its arm and looks at you and goes, "Arr!" And then it goes to take a step towards you, but the other leg doesn't move, and he's like, "Stupid, tiny archer." Got anything else for me?
My name is Kelly, not stupid.
He's talking to the other head.
I don't know that.
Okay.
I feel safe where I'm at right now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Sorry, Doc is just gonna get the fuck out of there.
See,
You know he don't want to die.
I have line of sight, yeah?
Yep.
I mean, I can draw a line,
Easily.
right? I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark. And I'm going to loose some arrows.
But they're unbreakable. Why would you lose them?
But they're not unbreakable. You didn't get the unbreakable arrow.
We didn't buy the unbreakable arrow. So, there's the first one. And then I get the second one from
That one hits one of the walls in the hallway and starts ricocheting all over the place.
And then I get the second one.
Nope.
Damn.
Come on, fellas. We gotta get a little chunky up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no kidding.
Daka 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 daka.
Daka.
All right, bonus action Hunter's Mark. I'm assuming he cannot make it down this hallway. He's too big.
That is a bad assumption.
Really?
Yes. You can
He is
squeeze
very
down the
oily.
hallway.
He's very oily.
Let me ask you a question.
think
How do
about
you
it.
think he got down here?
I
If he's in
figured
the
that
hallway, I can see the
figured
side
they
things.
assembled him inside that room.
It's not Voltron.
I can see these side things. My thinking is that he made it like around this way.
That's possible. But again, all of the doors here are all very small. Look, he can squeeze down there. It will reduce his armor class, and it will slow him to half speed as he goes.
Then I'll take two steps back.
Finley's like, I'm fine where I'm at. And then Daka just dive rolls behind him.
Yeah.
Get behind me, Daka.
Daka does the thing that all of you archers do, where he leaps back and he pulls the bow as he goes, and he fires when he hits the ground.
14
That will hit.
for 9 plus my hunter's mark damage.
Sure.
Plus 4.
All right.
That's
13.
magical.
Yes.
Remember
that hunter's mark took your bonus action.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is a big enough creature. If it's 2 heads, does it count as 2 creatures? So I can do one horde breaker on a single creature.
Nope. Sorry, an ant is a single creature.
One torso.
All right. Well, that's all I can do then.
All right. Go ahead and make a roll here. You know, that was going to hit a 15 and then it didn't. So it looks over at Finley and is like, crush, tiny coward! And the other one goes, no, stupid one first! And they argue for a bit, and then they begin slamming on Kelly.
Guys, we don't have to be angry at each other. We're all adults here.
What's your AC right now?
21.
All right, yeah. It's bringing down the battle axe and Morningstar over and over again. But, you know, you're wearing plate mail. This is nothing for you to take these hits.
Yeah.
It is extremely strong, though.
From that hooded guy. I could take these maces from them.
No! Ring of magnetism not work that way! Only pick up small amount!
Your clubs are meaningless in weight. You probably weigh like as much as a small tree, and I can lift several.
Lifts his palm to take the great axe from the 2-headed orc, and just a ripping sound and nipple rings hit the hand.
All right, Kelly, you're up.
Yeah.
Way to make this
I'm
weird.
going to run up the belly, grab both nipple rings. And
Doesn't
put
have
my
nipple
foot
rings.
under
Stop
that
making that up. None of that's happening.
Serpentine.
Yes.
Oh,
There you go, 20.
yep. That's a 15, so it's not great, but yeah, it's okay. Yeah. To 6. And
Anything
then
else?
I will bring in a cleric, my last cleric ability here. 2 War Priest for 8, which is a miss.
Finley, before
Yes.
your turn happens, all of the bugbears begin streaming down the hallway. They're all like, flee! Flee while you can, fools!
All I hear is cowards.
Okay, yeah, I'll take another shot.
Yep. Tell me more.
13.
Yep.
I will add my sneak attack.
Of 70 d6.
It's only 2d6, but so 13 damage.
Got it.
All right. One of its nipple rings falls off.
Hey,
Take
good.
your head with it.
And then I'm going to hop behind Daka.
Why did one of you...
As I hop behind him, I'm like, leapfrog, son of a bitch.
Listen. You've got some sweet double dags that you could be bringing to the combat realm, you know?
Oh, it's okay. My turn. So
I'll sit here by myself. That's cool, guys.
as they're playing leapfrog backwards, I will move forwards, drawing my crossbow as I do so.
Look at this. The ranger has more testicles than the guy with the +1 protection ring.
And then I'm going to, because I still have, 2.5 times his HP, and then I'm going to fire.
Yeah. Look at the big balls on the guy with 40 HP.
You let out that single blast from the heavy crossbow, but you've had that thing cranked for so long that the wire has like a weird tension moment. It goes.
We're like the Ranger version of the dance shows from the 90s where like they'd all line up and then they'd like split apart and like shoot.
Do those like Indian dances where you do the hand thing?
That's right.
Like the hip hop dances where they're like they like go in levels and they all kind of move like this or like a Gatling.
I was thinking about like the river dance. You know, you guys were just.
So what you do is you have Kelly in the middle, then the dwarf to one side, the tiefling the other, and then the halfling between his legs.
Anything else, Askren?
No, that's what I got.
Very well.
That's sadly all we can do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout to Kelly to come back in this room because if he gets in that hallway, he'll be at disadvantage. We can slam him. Then he'll be in this room, which might be a problem, but...
What a slam. And welcome to the jam.
Come on and slam.
I'll draw my arrow.
Space Jam.
17 for 9. And another Hunter's Mark damage. For 5. 14 damage total for that round.
Indeed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. Let's see here. The time required to load this weapon, you can only fire one piece of ammunition during an action. All right, yeah. So it takes a full action in order to fire a heavy crossbow. Yeah. There we go. All right. Yes. So you fire. You hit. He's injured once again. He keeps taking these arrows, but he's completely ignoring it in favor of Kelly. One of the head turns to the other and says, "Feel pinprick?" And the other goes, "No, kill."
No, friends.
Well, I don't think he's going to be friends, but we'll find out. That 22 is almost certainly going to hit.
Actually, my AC, because I got a +2 ring of protection, is now 23.
All right, well, I'm just going to deal +2 more damage to you then. He slams the battle axe down on you for 17 points of damage.
That's a tasty treat right there.
Yeah, like your armor, you hear a sick crunching noise, and one of the plates fails and crushes inwardly. You get a slight cut on your arm. The wound is raw and red and bleeding. Pulls that battle axe out and goes, "Tiny cut! You hurt?"
No.
It's your turn, Kelly.
Okay, bonus action. I would like to do my second wind, which is 1d10 +2 right now. Guaranteed to at least get 3 HP. Okay. It's not great. I will move here. Do I attack and move back? Or do I disengage?
He does a shit ton of damage.
I'm also 21 AC, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think any opportunity we have to put damage on him is probably an opportunity we should take.
Yeah.
Real quickly, I'm just going to look through my spell book.
In battle, Kelly opens up a book and he's like, "I can't read."
I'm gonna assume, it's like paladins from Warcraft, right? You open the book, you flip through it, and then you hit somebody with a fucking hammer. That's how Draenei paladins work, right? Like,
Yeah,
they like books and shit.
sure.
The paladin of the pen.
Uther Lightbringer, you've betrayed us, Arthas.
It's a fucking calling of Stratholm shit right there.
Arthas is just like, yep, I 360 no-scoped you, bitch. Welcome to the Death Knight League.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, and I think I'll disengage Arthur, and I'll move back.
That's your prerogative. You know, if you're a coward. Are you blocking them from going past you?
Yeah.
All right.
It's to give us clear shots.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
If you're not going to fight, go out a different way.
I mean, they're all going to attack you in a desperate attempt to get past you.
Did they attack him or just plow through him?
They're going to try to fucking... They're scared as shit, and he just cut off their escape route.
Because the shove thing's a thing.
Is it?
Or if they're gonna, if I walk around the corner and they've got swords drawn or whatever.
I mean, when you move to block their path, they're like, get the fuck out of the way!
I'd just let him go. We got bigger problems at the moment.
I guess so.
All right, so you briefly move to block them. I mean, you can stand there and not block them, right? Like, you are not 5 foot square in size. If you want to let them go past you without taking shots at them and swinging, they'll go. And they do.
Every time that, like, as they walk past, I'll say, shame, shame.
All right, Cersei Lannister, chill your shit
Your
out.
breastplate with like with the hammers, like ding, ding.
Bring out your dead. Yeah.
I'm not dead yet. Don't put me on the cot.
Finley.
I'm gonna just pop right over here, though.
Pop a squat.
Yeah, and then take another shot.
I see.
Oh, it did a shorter bow. 18, yeah?
Yes, that will in fact hit.
5 more damage.
Indeed.
Do my job.
Check, because
Kelly could fit a 5 foot square if he wanted to.
it's like starfishes.
He's an absolute fucking unit.
I'm just imagining Kelly.
Where's this sneak attack damage, bro, Seth? Oh, there's no. That's why you're not doing it, because there's no one. All right, gotcha, gotcha.
Sadly, I
Askren.
cannot.
Can you not?
He can hide and then shoot if he really wanted to.
And that does the extra damage.
It's a little late for that.
Yeah, that does the extra damage.
You could try to hide now.
That's the plan for next.
Yeah. Actually, can I try to hide now?
Sure.
All right. Yoink.
It's a common
15.
thief thing to do in this game is to like just hide, take a shot, hide, take a shot. Yeah.
Am I hidden?
You beat their passive perception.
Yay.
Okay, so you will need to be like behind something. So like against the wall here, against the
Hiding
wall.
behind a medium creature does still do that though, Arthur.
Yeah, because I'm small.
Okay, I'll allow for it.
I'll hop back. behind
As long
Doc.
as Askren and Daka don't move away, exposing your butt to the world.
I ain't going anywhere.
Well, but if I move here, I lose line of sight.
Oh,
Yes.
shit, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, sorry, I accidentally exited Roll20 for some reason. There we go.
We win. We won the game.
I think in my attempt to select Roll20, I accidentally hit the charred character burner. Oh, fuck. And the last thing I went to was the Star Wars game, so it's got that open. Alright, give me a minute.
Yeah, I don't think I have line of sight if I go up against that wall, so I'm hiding behind Daka.
Yeah, someone, after I started the stream, but before we started the game, someone was asking me what their character sheet looked like from one of the Star Wars games. Okay, I'm back. Talk to me about where you want to go and what you're doing.
So I was saying if I move here to hide behind this wall,
As long as he doesn't move to right here, you'll still be stealth.
right, but I won't have line of sight. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think I'll have line of
You'd
sight.
still be
there.
able to shoot through the door.
So
Yes.
here's the thing about
Yes.
Okay, well then fuck, I'll do that then. That way I don't.
Yep. You're like edging around the corner and taking pot shots.
Okay, that's fine. Right there.
Askren.
I'm shooting.
that looks like it might hit.
Does.
Hunter smart. For 3.
All right. Anything else?
No. I can't because I have to reload.
How is he looking?
He's looking pretty bad. I mean, he's got close to a half dozen arrows sticking out of him. And
right.
several sword strikes.
Let's add another. Nope.
All right. He dashes to a shrine on the southern side of the room and begins splashing blood from his wounds into two vases. The vases begin emitting green smoke, and he begins speaking in giant.
Okay.
Kelly.
I will. I'll go here. What is the
Sacred Flame it?
no?
Or whatever.
Okay. Okay. I will use command.
Okay. Yep.
And my command word will be follow. It's so here, wisdom saving throw.
Yep. I'm just looking up the specifics. Typical commands and their effects. You might issue a command other than that one. I determine how the target behaves. Interesting. Okay.
6 seconds of whatever he said.
It's basically one turn.
Yep.
It's to get him away from whatever this altar is, you know.
All right. No, he good, son. You tell him to follow him, both heads turn and go, no. Got anything else?
Well, that was my action to do that, so
Yeah, I mean, it's not often I get to pull a 20 out of my ass.
no, yeah.
True.
And that would have been a hard save for him too, because I imagine his wisdom would be in the toilet. So
Nothing else?
hang on. So I was there. So I'm just trying to work out my moves here real quick. Sorry. Is that you drawing a slime, or is that someone else?
I'm just drawing a smiley face. It's not even a slime yet. Don't worry.
Okay. I
Yeah.
get that. I get that. That's me.
All right, Finley.
Yeah, so I'm still hidden, so
correct.
I will take a shot
All right.
in the hopes that, you know, I do some damage.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Yes.
20, yeah?
Yeah.
And some D6s. 20 points of damage.
All right, you hit
Damn.
this guy, and he begins vomiting blood all over the vases and the altar that he's next to.
Guys, this is how you kill monsters.
Askren.
Wait, he disappeared?
I mean, his dead body is splayed out on the altar.
Uh-huh.
Am I still hidden?
No.
I would like to do so.
Very well. Show me your power.
I will. 24.
Okay.
Is this the end of the battle, or is it still going on?
You seem to be in initiative order still.
Oh shit. I want to see if I can hear anything coming from any other tunnels that we've been.
Sure, make a perception check. No one will ever know the tale of that Etten that you just murdered. Unless you loop time and then come back and like become best buds with him and get his life story.
I tried to.
Okay, so you take a look at these two smoking vases, and you're noticing that the smoke is beginning to coalesce into the to an ooze-like creature. Now that you spotted it, you can direct others to attack it as well.
All right. Can I attack the vases?
You could, if you could get there before your turn, which you can't.
I'd always try and shoot them.
So, it's not actually that big. It is right here.
Oh, it's becoming a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coalescing into a
summoning itself.
Yeah. Fucking blood sacrifices. All right.
Is it fully formed right now?
It is forming from the smoke into. It's turning from green smoke into blood-covered red ooze.
Let's see. Do I try and attack a vase or just go ahead and try to attack the thing?
Probably.
One thing I don't know is
It's translucent right now, right? So
Yeah. I guess it's worth a shot. Worth a
Probably
shot.
move your hunter's mark to it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot to do that. So yeah, free action, move the hunter's mark.
Sure.
Let's try to attack it. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Of course.
No.
Yeah.
It passes right through the creature before it finishes coalescing.
Shit.
Daka.
Can you do damage to the green smoking pots?
Yep.
All right, then I'm going to get my Hail of Thorns ready. Free action hunter's mark to use. Hail of Thorns, so if I hit something, it'll blast out in the radius.
Alright, you bonus action, so your next attack will explode.
The next attack's that hits something within
Yes.
the next
Yep,
minute,
yep.
I think it is. Or hour, whatever.
Minute.
17.
Will hit.
Sick.
Alright, so
Oh,
your
hunter's
arrow
mark damage?
deals reduced damage to the creature. However, the hunter's mark damage fully goes through.
Hunter's mark damage, 1.
Haha, nice.
Oi.
Hail of Thorn damage, 5 damage to everything within a 5 meter or a 5 radius.
As you damage the pots, it seems to reflect a sort of magical lightning. So the pots like, and the creature seems to be gravely wounded by this attack.
Sick. Well,
Nasty.
found its glowing red point, boys.
It finishes coalescing. The pot stops smoking, and it charges towards Kelly. Let's see here. All right. I'm thinking that the 24 and the 26 both hit.
Yeah.
Okay. As it blobs over you at first, it only deals 5 points of damage with the first attack.
Oh.
As it, and then it kind of curls back, and you see a mouth form, and then the mouth goes to consume you entirely and chomps down upon you.
Quick addendum. The Hail of Thorns is a save.
I mean, the
okay.
pots can't make a save. They're pots.
Yeah. The pots.
Okay. Great.
So they
Perfect.
deal full damage to. You also take 18 points of damage.
Wow.
Okay, I'm at 1.
It.
I go down and I come back up.
All right. Yeah. It splashes over and around you. You're covered in troll blood. Sorry, Etten blood, as it has consumed you entirely. And as you come out the far side, dripping with its steaming acidic juices, it's fucking nasty. It is horrifying stench. Possibly the worst experience you've ever had, including being drowned in seawater.
Am I on the other side of it then, like over here?
No, you're still where you were before. It
Okay.
crashed over you like a wave and then reformed.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn, Kelly. Make sure your health points are updated for your currently not dead status.
Okay.
I'll run back from some healy heals.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I'm also thinking about this. These pots. Like you said, they're not smoking anymore.
They're not smoking anymore.
Okay. There's a good chance that it won't hurt him anymore.
It almost seems like they're deactivated.
Oh, they're finished doing whatever
Or
they
finished, yeah.
Is there anything like floating inside this creature? Because normally these sorts of slimes have like an orb or something.
Why don't
We need to bring back a core, so I'm assuming yes.
Why don't you make a perception check?
Can I have advantage because I know what I'm looking for?
I will allow it.
Okay. 21.
Yeah, there is a small ruby red stone that is extremely difficult to locate within the boiling, churning blood acid. But you can see it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Well, I have two spells left. No, one spell left. I'm considering using my healing word. So if I disengage, do I get a bonus action as well? Or is that a...
Yes, bonus. I think disengage is an action.
So,
Yes,
yeah, okay.
because rogues get it as a bonus action instead. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So I'll use my healing word.
Word.
Where is it on my list here? Here it is.
Tell me what's the word. The word up.
Yeah, it's word up. Oh, cool. I got the most I could get from it.
You turn
That's
and you
good.
run towards Daka and go, Daka, Mr. Sylvia, I don't feel so good. And then you disappear in like a weird grainy sand haze.
Yeah. And then I will disengage.
Uh-huh.
Is there like a door here?
Yep.
I'll close the door.
Okay. Fin. The door is now shut.
That'll be my turn. And I will brace the door, like sort of. Is that possible? Like
Yeah.
I'll put my weapon on it and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll ask Daka, in the room where the bugbears were, is there anything there that can help us?
Was there
I don't know. What do you think would help you?
I don't know.
fire? I guess, but like the fire was out. They
Stopped the fire out.
Look, they've got a bunch of rags and rugs and stuff. We can just light
I mean, I
that shit
can
on.
start a fire, right?
Yeah. We should go down that hallway anyway and
Yeah.
take action for when it comes out.
I'm gonna head that way. Let me see how far can I go here. All right, I'm gonna start heading down the hallway. Actually, I'll dash so I can go 50 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will run in here, and I think that's all I can do. Lighting a fire, that's not like a bonus action. I would take an action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I can do.
All right. So they've taken several of their equipment kits with them, but there's still 7 left.
Okay.
I knew there was a friggin' opening down here.
There is plenty of spare leather armors here and equipment, but the fire has been put out.
Okay.
Igrim.
Let's see. Might follow after the little guy. It does sound like a pretty smart idea.
Slap a heel on our barbarian friend.
Yeah, I could do that first and then start moving.
Well, we don't know which way this thing's gonna go now, so.
Yeah,
Did he come up to the door, Arthur?
He hasn't moved yet.
that we know of.
You've run faster than he has, so.
Okay, I thought he just removed him from the turn order. So.
Yeah, that's correct, because you can't see him anymore. So.
All right, I will give Kelly a little pat on the shoulder there. Cast some Cure Wounds.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty chunky.
And then move my dwarven ass down the hallway. That'll be my turn.
Taka.
I'm gonna run down to here. Give Kelly a little love tap.
Sweet.
For 6. Continue
Thanks,
the rest
fellas.
of my move down the hallway. And that's my turn.
I think you muted yourself, Arthur.
Yeah.
You're correct. I said exactly 18 hit points, which is exactly what it needed in order to do exactly what it does. Kelly, you feel something smash up against the door, and then you feel the door splintering under the weight, and the cracks are forming. It's not exactly Jack Nicholson from The Shining or whatever, where it like pops through and goes, "I'm here."
Hey, Johnny.
The door dissolves under the physical weight plus the burning acidicness of this creature, and you are left with no cover against it. But its turn is over. And you're standing right there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with all that junk inside your trunk?
I'm gonna get you drunk off of these lumps.
My humps.
Yeah,
my
that's
humps.
right.
My humps. My humps.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. All right.
Take it into the oldies.
That's not that old.
So Arthur,
It's not as old
would
as
you-
Phantom Menace, okay?
Would you allow me to attack
This is
and
some
then
racing.
run behind this door and
Yeah.
brace it? Yeah?
Oh, not
Okay.
and also brace it, but you'd be able to close it.
Okay. Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to disengage though, right? You definitely.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You
I'll
definitely
take an attack, but it'd be the same otherwise, and it would give these guys more time to do whatever they need to do.
Sure,
so.
sure.
All right.
Have you ever gone back and watched that scene of Phantom Menace where he wins the pod race and then the two kids miss the high five and they decide not to reshoot the scene?
I've seen that movie once.
Oh my god. I
They
can't
didn't
believe
fix
that.
it. Of all the CGI edits. That,
No, it's like the little Rodian kid and Anakin both go for a high five and they fucking miss horribly.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
They didn't go back and fix it in CG though. Like that's his thing.
Your attack will hit and deal full damage.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
All right, it will
I
attack.
use my magic ring, Arthur,
Yes.
and I pull the ruby out of it.
That doesn't work.
Damn it. All right, I'm going to, as I said before, move there.
To start with, you don't have that ring, and also,
Yeah, and then I'll shut the door behind me, and I'll continue moving down.
well, let me try to make you dead first.
Whistling down the
Try and make me
hallway.
dead. Try and
3
make me
sets
dead.
of nipple rings come flying to your hand.
3. Where's the third one coming from?
21.
Ah, fuck you. Okay.
A third one's not a nipple ring.
It sounds like you'll have to
Testicle ring.
Here comes Albert.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then you're stopping to shut the door behind you as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like kick it closed with your foot.
Yep.
Finley.
Right. So you said they had equipment packs left behind. I'm assuming there's some sort of flint and tinder or something.
Yeah.
I've got a tinderbox.
You're like running forward and like going through somebody's pack.
Yeah.
Let me make a roll here real quick. The pack you go through does not have flint and tinder in it.
Okay.
Inside there is a book, lots of papers, a holy symbol, some pens and quills, lots of ink.
Does any of it look important, like important documents or something?
Clearly, someone has been taking notes, but it's all in orc. So,
I will toss that over to.
Sorry, there's also incense. Oh, there's a tinderbox.
Oh, well, perfect. I'm going to. So if they had a fire out on the floor, I'm assuming there's still wood.
There's coals.
Yeah. It's just coal?
Yes. They had burned it down to the coals.
Okay. I'm going to.
There's a lot of paper.
Well, I don't want to necessarily burn any of the paper out of this thing, but
you're like, this paper might be important, and it's like, dear diary, so that all my friend die.
How about I roll up one of the blankets and put a little lamp oil on it, and
this sounds like a lot of work for one turn.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be one turn, but I'm starting to prepare basically a flaming blanket roll.
Next turn, the flaming blanket roll will be finished.
Okay.
It's gonna take you both this turn and next turn.
What if I were to help him?
It's simply a matter of time thing, right?
Okay,
like,
that's fine.
like he's got to find the tinderbox, pull it out, gotta roll the thing up. Like
that's fair. That's fair.
What are you gonna do with those papers? You said you were throwing them to somebody, and then you.
Well, I mean,
I assume you're just like throwing papers at it. You're like, tinderbox. Yeah. Where's the tinderbox? But maybe
because I mean, I'm not. Yeah, that's. I can come back to that. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I was just curious because you
I was gonna maybe toss them over to Kelly, but I think there's too much going on right now for me to even consider that.
That's fair enough. Okay, so last known position of this thing was still behind the door.
Yep, that's a closed
door,
door,
right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's closed. Yeah.
Just a several hundred-year-old Fey temple that you're facing. No big deal.
I mean, I think the bugbears already did that.
How dare you accuse them of defacing this temple?
Their favorite enemy. I know them. I mean, well,
wow.
they're goblinoid. So.
There it is. This is the Askren episode now. He's just like, let me tell you about some hobgoblin racism. You think that's racist? Let me tell you what we did to them.
We don't like them there hobgoblins in our tunnels.
You ever been in a hobgoblin tunnel before, son? Shit'll collapse on you faster.
Smells like shit. God, I really don't know what I would do. I mean, other than us trying to sneak around the southern tunnel there and try and put some shots into it, because it was dissolving through the door, right? So
yep, it literally just burst through the door.
Okay, yep. So the door's not long for this world. So other than trying to get around it and try and flank the stupid thing, I mean, maybe try to make a second fire.
That's perfectly fine if you want to get started on that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start doing that. I mean, I've got a tinderbox, so.
All right.
I'll start working on it.
Becca?
I'm gonna move back to here and hold action. I'm gonna fire at anything that comes through that door.
All right.
I still have the hunters marked. Is there a way to tell where it is?
Does not give you the location of the creature.
But it helps you investigate later if you wanted to track it.
Man, this door is fucked, yo.
All right. Well, just held action. I'm going to shoot the thing that comes through that door.
Yeah, I'm about to crit this door. Oh yeah, the door fucking explodes. Like, this thing touches it, you see the door hop for a second, and then it just dissolves underneath its gooey radiance. You fire at it as it pounces on Kelly.
You've activated my trap card. 18 for 4.
Yep, it will not deal full damage.
And that's enough to die.
And
Not
then we'll
even
do
close.
Hunter's Mark damage.
That
5.
deals full damage. So your arrow just kind of sinks into the creature for a moment, but then the little like burst of green energy that comes out makes the thing like recoil slightly, and its shoulder hunches and then comes back. As much as a creature can shoulder hunch and come back. Kelly,
It has no shoulders.
this thing is fucking on your shit, brother. Every time you flee from it, cowardly, it's there and it's just like, do you smell what the rock is cooking? It zooms in on the tiny rock on the inside of the creature. You can literally see a little action
flipping an
figure
egg in a
of Dwayne the
frying
Rock
pan.
Johnson, and it's just continually trying to elbow you as its giant slime body gets closer.
So
Inside
can
the ruby is overcooked too.
Nice. Can I make a skill check here, Arthur? Like maybe, I don't know, an insight check. Maybe that would allow me to know if I took the gem out of its like a little body, whether it would die.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an insight check. You can pray to God. That's exactly what insight is. That's how you can use it. Pray to God. I mean, you get the feeling that it's the little gem is like moving around. It's the thing's core body, right? Like, if you're able to get hands on it, the thing's probably dead anyway. It actively avoids allowing you to hit it.
Because
Like that last piece of shell in the egg. If you get a piece of shell in your egg in the pan, it's just freaking you can't get it.
Yeah, because I was thinking about drinking a potion and jumping in there and trying to wrestle it out.
You're 100% sure that you'll probably die from that.
Yeah, Kelly doesn't know that. though,
I'll tell you what, Kelly does know that. Your insight gives you the idea that if you remain in contact with this creature, you will have burning, sizzling acid damage at the beginning of every of your turns.
Oof.
Yeah, this is not a thing you want to be a part of.
Fucking xenomorphs.
Okay.
I want to point out, you haven't mentioned the core to anybody yet, so they don't know about it.
We know about it from
The occult.
Right, but you don't know that. You physically don't know that it exists, where it is, what it looks like, and you know. He like hasn't said the core's there. That's the thing we're looking for.
The core's there. That's the thing we're looking for.
Okay, what a
there
fucking
we go.
smart
Great.
ass.
Got him. Okay. Oh man.
I'm gonna say got him when I fucking kill you this round. I just want you to know that. It's gonna be super sarcastic. I'm gonna roll like 2 crits and be like, got him.
Got him.
Arthur.
Yeah.
The door is inside this thing. I use mending on the door.
Well, great. You stand there for 10 minutes.
Okay. So, do I know if there's a weakness to this thing, like fire, for example?
You have not been able to perceive such a weakness. You've already used the skill check for knowledge this turn already as well. I mean, you could have tried again.
I don't know if I got anything else.
Your insight roll
That's
was
fine.
not that high.
I'll stop fishing.
Yeah. You might be a master angler, but this bait didn't land in the pond.
Oh shit, boys! Am I gonna use my fishing rod to hook that gem out?
It's like the crane game at an arcade.
Okay, Arthur. I guess at this point, there's only really one thing I can.
All right, Dave.
do.
I wrote a Python program real quick. We're just gonna go to a mini game that you and I will play on the side.
Oh, nice. We're playing Cyberpunk. Sweet. Okay, I like it. Okay. I'm torn between drinking a potion and moving, or moving without being attacked.
Do you want to know my plan so far?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
I want to loop around back down to here and investigate those pots, see if doing damage to them does anything at all. Because we didn't try. Like we did when they were smoke, we didn't attack when they weren't smoke.
Yeah.
Just love that Kelly's like, they're cowards for running away. And Doc is like, I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to go shoot some pots. And he's like, cool, that's great science.
That's technical thinking right there.
This is no time for drugs. Gonna go shoot some pots.
All right, Arthur. I think we're gonna risk it for a biscuit. I'm on 10 HP, so
Yeah.
I'm going to drink a potion.
All right, there we go. He's not. I thought you said you were going to risk it for a biscuit, which would involve running away, but you're not risking it. You're instead consuming a biscuit.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a Triscuit.
Triscuit biscuit.
True.
So what is it? 2d8 or 2d8 plus 4? What is it?
2d4 plus 2?
That sounds right. Ish.
I thought it was 2d8.
No, that's
No, it was 2d. No, it was 2d4. Yes, you're right. It was 2d4 plus 2. That makes sense because I remember last time we were like 1d8 and didn't sound right. So yeah. All right, 6. And then I will move back here.
Oh, really?
Taking an attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you will. Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on, come on. No.
That's really flubbed that one.
Finn and Agram, you both finish your flaming bedroll torch.
Okay.
Daka, suddenly there's like a white supremacist movement going on around you.
Wow.
Sick of your
And that's
politics.
almost as cold as these
Sick of your
hamburgers in the White
politics.
House, I think.
Burn a cross in your comments section. I'm gonna take a shot. 15?
Yes.
Sick. Another.
I will note that
hunter's
15
mark
is
damage.
exactly its armor.
1
You
full
deal
damage.
5 points of damage then.
And then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the south.
All right, time to kill Kelly real quick. MBD. Oh, Jesus. All right, well, I missed the big
Was it
attack.
plus 6?
Yes, it is. Yep, the last attack will hit.
Mm-hmm.
It moves forward. Suddenly, it seems like it's more interested in cleaning the walls and ceiling in here now that there have been so many people moving through the area.
Arthur, if you roll another 1 this combat scenario, it will actually break its weapon.
Well, its weapon is itself, so it's good.
Then roll another 1 and let's be done with this combat already. Jesus.
You take 6 points of damage as it lightly splashes against your cheek with some boiling
you see
blood.
Kelly the
Myself
half
caress.
standing in the hallway, and you try to push him off the cliff. Instead, you caress him with your acid fingers.
Kelly, you keep barely being above death and then pulling yourself back out, and it is doing a number. Like, your heart is starting to pound faster, adrenaline is running through your body, you're fucking stressed as hell.
I love this. You gotta understand, at this point, Kelly...
I've never felt so alive as when I'm nearly dead.
Exactly, but Kelly, there is no repercussions for Kelly dying at this point.
I want you to keep that in mind. Just hold that in your...
I know as a player there's repercussions for me dying, but Kelly doesn't feel the stress like he would normally. It's kind of like almost cathartic for him to be in a combat scenario and be able to throw himself into it like this.
I'm actually surprised your trauma hasn't initiated yet. We'll get there one day.
I mean, the trauma was not from dying, though.
Well, I mean, the dying and the viewing a mad god all build the same general pool of insanity. Okay. I'm just saying your trauma's never kicked in because all of your conversations have been face to face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, my turn, I guess.
Oh yeah. Everything around you is going in slow motion. It's like you're in VATS in Fallout. You can hear your heartbeat.
What do I have in my inventory that might be able to help? Oh, that's an interesting idea. I have a bar of soap.
Completely unused, of course.
I think I've used it once. It didn't feel good on my skin.
Lather, rinse, just the once.
Rinse
Lather,
again.
rinse.
Yeah.
Rinse. Get this stuff off me.
Probably is no leather. Anyway.
All right, I will. I guess sacred flame this thing also.
Sure. Tell me more.
Just to see
DK
what.
fire.
Okay, Ness. Chill your fucking shit out. Interesting. And it's a deck save.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good.
How could it have so much dexterity? It's a bowl of bloop.
It's probably pretty dexterous, not very smart, not very strong.
So you hit this thing with the fire. It actually collides with the thing, and then the flame just disappears when it collides with the creature.
Okay. I'm sorry to do this to you, Askren, but I'm gonna have to move out of this thing's way. So, can I run past it, or is it taking up the whole hallway?
It's taking up the hallway. It's not going to let you go past.
Okay.
And you know that you're about to take an attack, right?
Yes, I know.
All right, just making sure.
It's better than standing there and taking
Very
three
good.
attacks.
Yeah, it tries to go after you, but you're gone before it arrives.
It's a good thing about having a high AC. You can occasionally do that sort of stuff. So.
Finley, you're holding a flaming bedroll.
Yeah,
It's sick as hell.
I'm gonna run up to it, screaming my best war cry,
Okay.
and shove this flaming shit into it.
All right. As the flame contacts its body, the flame just...
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage.
Yeah, that's wise. Askren?
So where was their original fire pit at?
Up at the top, up here.
Okay. I want to...
Hold up, I know what you're gonna ask.
Yeah.
I want to inspire you.
Arthur, how clean is this room?
It is, it hasn't been cleaned recently with all these bedrolls everywhere and all the packs up against the walls, but there is not a huge amount of, like, caked dirt, and there's certainly no weeds growing in the walls.
Did they defecate in the corner or anything like that?
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay. Honestly, I think what you're thinking about it being unclean was a result of Arthur rolling a 1.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
Think so?
Yeah. Could always just try shooting it. See what happens.
Hell yeah.
So you're gonna drop your flaming bedroll?
Yeah.
All right, it just continues to burn on the floor. I mean, you covered that shit in oil. It's not going out anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, after seeing, Finley's just fizzle and do nothing, it's like, well, So, all right. Let's try, for fuck's sake.
Oh boy, there is a bad twanging noise when you go to fire that crossbow. That you left it tightened before the combat for a long time, and now it just pull it and you.
Actually, you got so distracted by the mess in here, you started to clean it up.
You roll another 1 this combat, and this heavy crossbow is gonna break. Got anything else you want to do real quick?
I might take a step back, yeah.
Daka, Sylvia.
Just gonna skid around the corner,
Right.
aim at one of these.
You can see the
friggin'
pots.
things.
Make your shot. Don't throw it away.
12.
All right, you hit the bottom pot. It kind of shakes slightly with the impact. You don't exactly knock it over.
Nothing.
I mean, you can't see the creature.
Did it do any noises? Shrieks?
Nothing more than the normal bubbling, rushing noise.
Starts singing "Come, come, 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 chameleon."
All right, it moves forward and moves to consume Askren. In the process, it rolls over the flaming bedroll. The bedroll immediately just goes out. You can see the bedroll is beginning to be eaten by the acid, but then it keeps rolling over it, and it's in tatters. You wouldn't ever use something like that, but it's not completely gone.
Yeah, but it's gross and has stuff on it now.
Let's talk, Askren. What's your AC?
16.
Wow, this is gonna be fucking horrible for you, mate. You
Actually, not
take
so bad.
One hit, but it's the bad one. The really bad one. It slams into you for 13 points of damage. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a question whether or not we would end on a cliffhanger. There is a boiling acid-blooded slime chasing the party in a circle as half the party is gravely injured and they're running low on spells. I can't think of a better fucking cliffhanger. Return 2 weeks. We said you couldn't be here next. Return in 2 weeks for the next episode of New Game Z.
Pot destroyers.
Pot destroyers. Let's talk about experience points.
Dave is being eaten by a dog.
275 apiece.
Ooh.
75, eh?
We need to kill more dum-dums, I think.
No, dum-dum. You're the dum-dum.
Fuck. 275, you said.
Indeed, I did say that amount. Well, Farrell, you can be on this council, but you do not get the rank of master.
1516. Just over halfway.
1534 here.
Guys, let's do quick outros because we're way past time. Spootnik, we started with you and we're going to end with you as well.
Hello. Spootnik _71 on the Tweeter. I need more disciples.
Okay.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I'm on Twitch, but
someone could subscribe to you with Twitch Prime if they weren't.
That would be a waste. I would use it on Arthur.
I mean, you can certainly use yours on mine anytime, but
I do.
My goodness, you even get my little me blushing emote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you haven't seen APGamingREAL? My emote?
Is that up there? It is.
Yeah.
Boink.
Look at me. I'm so fucking cute, y'all. Speaking of people who are so fucking cute, let's talk to this goddamn dog.
This is Ronan. He is just about to turn 2 years old, and he is the best bud.
He seems super chill. Let's talk about you, Dave.
He is super chill. Hey everyone, I'm Dave, former streamer, turned games publisher. If you want to find all the previous role-playing stuff I did, you can find that over on my YouTube channel, which you can find through my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Henley. By the way, I was told by the publishers of Cyberpunk 2020 that Night City was the longest running Cyberpunk 2020 campaign on YouTube. So there you go. I did not know that. So yeah, that's me. Ronan says hello.
Drumurboy.
Hello.
I'm Drumurboy. I don't have a dog, but I have a beard that I pet like a dog. I make music and put it on the internet. You can find my music on places like Spotify, iTunes, Google Play Music, Amazon Prime Music, any of those places. I also stream Deus Ex on the weekends on my channel, twitch.tv/Drumurboy. It's spelled really funny. It's probably on screen somewhere. And yeah, that's it for me. Atomic.
The Atomikspoon. I play games and put them on the internet. The Atomikspoon on Twitter, Atomikspoon on Twitch. New Warcraft raid hits Tuesday, so there'll be a lot of staring at a server screen, waiting for stuff to unfuck itself.
Look, his faithfulness to Elite Dangerous has ended already.
No,
friendship ended.
It's what the other days of the week are for. Definitely, we'll be playing more Elite Dangerous, especially this weekend. So.
All right.
What about you, Arthur?
Well, I'm Arthur Perkins. This is APGamingREAL, and if you're watching this episode, the likelihood that you've ever seen another show of mine is incredibly high, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.